What's going on, guys? So today's video is going to be my 10 fragrance keepers. Last year I did a video called my 15 fragrance keepers. Well, let's just make it 10 this time around, right? So the concept of this video is, if I were to downsize my collection from the 55 bottles and decants that I currently have, these would be the 10 that I would keep, alright? So my tastes do change, but these are the 10 that I would actually keep right now. There are some fragrances that made last year's video that are actually still in this very list, alright? So I have something for all occasions and all seasons, and these are all designers. Some will cost a little bit more than others, or a lot more, because two of them are discontinued, alright? So the first one is a cheapie and a very good goodie. And what made me decide to pull the trigger was actually watching Dell Bottom Notes review, and that is Tommy Bahama Set Sail Barts. So this is the clone or the knockoff to Creed's Virgin Island Water, which I prefer, but I can't afford something that expensive since I have like a lot of bills to pay and a very expensive mortgage. But this definitely does the trick. Some of the notes: tequila, lime, sea salt, vanilla, and other citruses. This is a great weekend scent, very casual, but I would also use this one for work. Great summertime fragrance. The second one is a discontinued fragrance from the House of Canali, and this is the only Canali fragrance that I have in this video, alright? So this is Canali Men, or Canali Men, whatever. So unfortunately, this one here is the spray can and not the bottle. The bottle itself costs anywhere from $200 to $250 USD on eBay. I got this with a toiletries bag and other gifts that came with it for like $80 or $90 USD on eBay. So I was a little bit surprised. I was expecting the bottle, but I can't complain because the juice itself is stellar. Some of the notes: leather, citrus, some fruit notes, lots of florals, woods. It's got between 19 and 21 notes. A lot of the Canali fragrances do have a lot of notes, and a lot of them are very classy. This one is also that. It's classy, mature. This is all year round. Now, normally I think that leather is a little bit too pronounced for the summertime, but it's done well enough where it's not going to be overbearing. So the third one actually made last year's video, I believe, and it's from the House of Ellis, and this is Ellis Cobalt. Some of the notes: cashmere, sandalwood, rum, amber, ginger, and a lot more. This fragrance is for the grown, the mature, and the sexy, because this fragrance does come across as all of that. It's very different from a lot of the other designers out there. I don't know when it was released, but I love it. I was very surprised. This was a blind buy. I try not to blind buy, but this was definitely a jackpot. This was definitely a treasure worth finding. The fourth one made last year's video, and I will always have this in my collection, and it's from the House of Ferrari. You already know. Ferrari Bright Neroli. Some of the notes: patchouli, Neroli, lots of Neroli, lots of citrus. Yeah, there's some patchouli, there's some Szechuan pepper, I believe that there's some musk. It's pretty much a citrus Neroli bomb. Very well done. Very close to Neroli Portofino from Tom Ford, in my opinion. But it also does get comparisons to 4711. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I smelled that one, so I can't really compare. But this fragrance here, fantastic. I'm glad it's getting the attention now, thanks to guys like Frag Boy Stewie and Fragrance Fanatic 1. The fifth one is going to be another spring and summertime fragrance. I got this from Max 40, and this is from the House of Cartier, or Eau de Cartier Essence d'Orange. So just hence the name. It's got a lot of orange. I do get a bit of an incensey vibe, but there's no incense in here. Some of the notes: patchouli, orange, woods, and violet. This is marketed as unisex, and I can see a little bit because of the violet, but this is definitely a little bit more masculine than it is feminine. It does have a bit of a nighttime vibe as well, but it's not exactly a very pronounced scent. But it will do very well in the evening. This is pretty much a dressy type of scent right here. The sixth one is going to be a decant. Now I have a few decants. I have like three 8 ml decants of this one. And I'm just waiting for my 30 ml empty decant that I'm getting from my brother Freddie. So when I get that, I'm going to decant all this into that one decant, and I could actually see myself getting a bottle. Now, it's a little contradictory where I stayed. I would not spend $225 on a discontinued Canali scent. However, this one, I could see it. It's a designer scent. It's from the house of Valentino. And this is a Valentino V pour Homme. This is very different from a lot of the other designers out there. This came out in 2006, I believe. I don't know why it's discontinued because it's absolutely fantastic. I will definitely review this one sometime in the wintertime, but some of the notes: pink pepper, vanilla, definitely a lot of vanilla, a lot of cacao. I get a lot of the jasmine with a little bit of the sandalwood. Very mature, very classy, and also very sexy. This is a scent where you do have to dress up, or if you're dressing up like Jeremy Fragrance, like daily, this would be a great signature scent for that, right? This is pretty much fall and winter. The sixth one in this list is from the house of Prada. This Prada Luna Rossa Extreme. So some of the notes: pepper, lots of pepper, lavender, vanilla, amber, and a lot of juniper berries. This is fall and winter. Whew, I get a lot of the pepper and the juniper berries just from smelling the atomizer. It is pretty classy, and I think it's a great night out fragrance. This is a hype scent. It's been hyped from a lot of reviewers, but this is Jeremy Fragrance's, one of his favorite fragrances. Shit, we all know what it is. La Nuit from Yves Saint Laurent. So cardamom, some of the notes: cardamom, citrus, lavender, vetiver, and a lot more. This is not exactly the most masculine scent, granted, but it is a fantastic work of art. Definitely a 10 out of 10. This is the original. I actually got this from my friend Joe Anthony. I don't wear much of it, clearly. You know, I got so many fragrances, and I really want to save this one. Some people will wear this one to the clubs. This is a little bit too elegant and sophisticated for a club setting. This is when you're dressed up. Again, the last two. So this is a cheapie and a goodie, and I did not smell it until I got to San Francisco and I was visiting Langer Smith, but also Sebastian from Looking, Feeling, Smelling Great. And this is Bvlgari Man In Black. So thanks to Sebastian, I actually ended up getting this one. Okay, some of the notes: spices, rum, tonka bean, leather, tuberose, and more. This is night out, this is sophistication, this is elegance right here. Suit and tie, tuxedo. I prefer my summer freshies, but when it comes to the winter scents, I love the really classy ones, and this really does signify that. Alright, now the 10th one in this list is from the house of Ferragamo. And no, it's not F Black, alright? I love F Black, but this one actually is a new release that really caught me off guard. I got it last week, and I've been wearing it every single day. It's been a little bit warm here, and this is more of a fall winter scent, but this has just, wow. Ferragamo Uomo. So the name Uomo means man in Italian, I believe, but this is not exactly the most masculine scent. It's a very sweet fragrance. It's got lots of tonka bean, tiramisu, cardamom, orange blossom, sandalwood, and a lot more. This is going out. This is sexy. It does come across as a little bit young, I'll admit, and I'm a little bit older, but I think that an older guy could definitely pull it off very well. I think it's just a great scent. So I've been wearing this one all week. I'm hoping to do my review real soon. So at number 10, Ferragamo Uomo. So guys, that is my 10 fragrance keepers of 2016. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Share the video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I would really appreciate that. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Take care.